This is assignment number, turn it to this side. This is assignment number 64. Yesterday was 63, the quiz. So this is going to be 64. And I have not. I had 3rd grade quiz, 4th grade quiz, 5th grade quiz, 6th grade quiz, 7th grade quiz, 8th grade quiz. And I just didn't have time for all of them. Alrighty. Here we go, people. So all you're going to do, first of all, let's look at this one. You're going to go through, do you see anything that has double sign? Right here is a double sign. So if there's nothing else in here, you can mentally open up that parentheses and connect this negative to this negative. What's a negative times a negative? It's going to be a positive. So you can change both of those to positive. And then the object is collecting like terms. And we usually do it alphabetically. I've got 9 positive x's. And then I've got 3 negative x's. Who knows who's going to win the game? The positive x's or the negative x's? The positive, because they've got how many more than the negative? 6. So it's kind of like adding integers, but now we've got a variable on the end of it. So it's 6x, then we go to our y's. I've got 8 y's. Take away, if there's no number here, which, by the way, the number in front of that y is called the coefficient. So I've got 8 y's minus one of them. What's that going to be? 7. So, and there's more positive, so it's plus 7. And then the only thing that's left is the 9. And so just put, that's a positive 9, so you would put plus 9. And then you're going to find your answer on the bottom. 6x plus 7y plus 9. Right here. Is this it? Right there. And it says, what does it say to do? Cross out the letter above it. And when you finish, it's going to spell out the answer to the puzzle. So you can cross the whole thing out or just the letter, whatever you want to do. But that is it. So we'll do just a few of those more, because then we're going to go to the other side. So let's do this great big long one. So you start alphabetically. You start with the x's. Abinab hood off. So I've got 3 x's plus 2 more x's. They are the same sign. So guess what you're going to do with those? Sum them. So altogether we've got 5 x's. 5 guys with an X shirt. Then we're going to go to the people with the Y's on their shirt. So I've got 7 negative, 3 negative. Again, what looked like a minus with integers, it's a negative. It's the same thing. It's a sign in front. So same sign. What are we going to do with those? Sum them. And there's more of what sign? Negative. So it's going to be a negative or a minus 10y. And then we go to our numbers. It's going to be 7 minus 1 is what? Sorry, listen. It's going to be plus 6. And then we're going to go ahead and 5x minus 10y. Okay, 4th. So again, you can cross off just the letter if you want, or you can shade it in, whatever you want to do. And we'll do one more on this side, and then we'll see if we can do some on the other side. What's different on the other side? Oh, no, it's the same thing. The reason I'm saying we want to get started on this is that I don't want you to have a lot tomorrow, because this particular worksheet is collect them all, find your answer, then you've got to go and substitute those values. So you don't want to do all of that tomorrow. It's probably better that we start collecting these, and then tomorrow all you're going to have to do is substitute these values into this. And that would be it. So I would say we're going to get started on that. So let's do one more on this side. So are there, on this one, on the number 20, are there any double negatives I can connect? Yes, right here. So what happens, Gabriel, with these two? Yeah, they become a positive, positive. And then start with the x variable. So I've got 4 of them minus 7 of them. They're not the same sign. Are you going to sum them?
No.
So Gabriel, what do I have left over?
11x.
But they're not the same sign.
Oh, wait.
Negative 3x. Very good. The negatives are going to win. And then you go to your y's. So I've got 3 positives and 1 more positive. Those are the same sign. What are you going to do with those? Sum them. And again, if it's a 1, it's usually not shown, so you can insert it there. So 3y's plus 1 more y is going to be 4y's. And then the last thing, are there any numbers? Yes. Just that negative 7. There's no other number. So you just put that number right there. Ready. And then find that negative 3x. Where is that? Here it is, right down here, way over here. And you can cross that out. And then let's flip it over to the back. So we'll do, usually again, you can tell these are in order from easiest to the hardest. So we'll do the last 2, we'll do the hardest first. So let's look at the 13. Now they've got A, B, and C. So you start with your A's. So you can underline 1, maybe box off the B's and circle the C's, however you want to do it. So you don't have to rewrite the whole thing. So positive 7A. Is there another A? Oh, what happens to these two? Positive 7A minus 7A. They cancel out. 7 minus 7 is 0, so that cancels out. Then go to the B's. The B's are, I'll put a little, again, the sign in front goes with the variable. Before I say anything, who knows how many B's we have altogether? Mateo, can you see how many B's we have altogether? How many? What?
2.
There's not 2.
18.
18. There's 17 here and 1 more here. They're the same sign, so you sum. So it's going to be 18B. And kind of you can draw a light line maybe through it because you're done with the B's. And all we have to look at is, I see the 5 and the C's. So go to the C's. I've got negative 3C plus 2C. Are those the same sign? So I'm not going to sum them. Who's going to win, the negatives or the positives? Abinab, on the C's, what's the final amount on the C's? Negative 1C. And by the way, if it's a negative 1, you don't need to put the 1. Just put minus C.
Can you put a 1?
You'll see that it's not here. So we want to make sure that we do it the same way that it matches here. The standard is if it's a 1, you don't put it. All right, then the last thing is plus 5. There's no other number. So this is going to be really important today that you look for your answer. Okay, and it's right here. Okay. Then you've got to put that this is the end because you're going to need to know that tomorrow when you start solving this. All right, so we're not going to solve it today. All we're doing is collecting the like terms. So do you see on 14? Do you see any double negatives?
Yeah.
So, and right here too. So what happens with a negative, negative? Positive, positive. Is there another one? Where's the other one? Right here. Okay. And then you start, I'm going to do this one right below. Then start with your A's. So make sure that this first A, that you pick up the sign in front of it. What looked like a minus is really the negative of that A. And then we've got another negative A. So how many A's do we have altogether and what kind? Negative 6. Hold on. This is just negative 2. There's one A and another 1A, same sign, sum. So there's 2 A's, and there's more of what sign? There's more negatives. So it's a negative 2A. And then if you want to cross it off, you can, just real lightly. Then we go to the B's. Oh, who thinks they know what happens with the B's? They cancel. Here's a positive B, negative B. That cancels out. Then we're going to go to the C's. So here's a C. Here's a C. Who knows how many C's we have? Same sign sum. 2. And there's more positives, so plus 2C. And then the last thing is that the number, the only number we have is a 2, and it's a positive, so you're going to put plus 2. And look for, these should be in the exact same order right here. Okay, so it is the letter R, and I'm just going to cross-reference it. I don't know which one we're going to use. So that is the letter R. Because you're going to, when we do this tomorrow, when you solve for this letter R, you just need to know where it came from. All right, so I'm done. So you're going to, I'm going to say you're going to do, for sure, all of this page, collect your like terms, and then don't wait until tomorrow. If you're done, start doing some of these. Like if you get down to at least half, you're okay, because then you're only going to have a few left to do tomorrow, but we have to do all of the substituting. So that's it. Start with this side first, get that one completely done, because there's no substituting on this side. And then you can start collecting like items to match up that, but don't do this yet. Okay? Does that make sense?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you can begin.